My childhood friend kept bullying me to the point that I was sent to the hospital from stress. I can still hear her, Kisaragi Hannabi, saying, "So, my senpai, you are really useless. You're a huge failure as a boyfriend, you know?" Or, more like, "I wouldn't break up with you here because I'm so kind." I see. Then the main character, that's me, says, "Well, let's break up then." She was quite startled. This is a story about when the main character, broke up with my girlfriend who had been bullying me. I can still observe our childhood. Back then, both of us were playing. She says, "Are you making an elephant?" "Yes, I am." The love was stranded in her eyes. She says, "So, Makuni, you're always twitching like that. It's so weird. Everyone thinks you're weird, you know? Hannabi is kind, so Hannabi still plays with you. Am I weird?" Even with all those insults, I didn't fight back and just took them. Even when I felt it was too much, I only held it in. "You didn't take notes for me when I was sick, Somakun. You're not nice at all." She just kept hurling insults at me, using me like a sandbag, even when she forced me to be her boyfriend during junior high. "You took 30 minutes to even reply to my message yesterday. Ugh, talk about being inconsiderate. You're just the worst." She didn't change at all, or more like, she got even worse. It only continued after we turned into high schoolers. "Senpai, we're gonna go over soon, so make sure to come to the Shinzo Enya in front of the station." Again, I wonder if her friends will be there too. I feel like my stomachache is getting worse lately. Maybe I should tell her that I can't pick her up now. If I do that, she'll chew me out for hours later. "Anyways, be sure to get here in 5 minutes," she says. Yikes. The main character thinks about how it's raining outside hard. You know, ain't that why I'm telling you to pick me up? So you're fine with me getting rained on and picking up a cold? You're really not that considerate type. Nobody cares for people like that. The main character, drenched in the rain, ran to pick her up. I'll get drenched instead, but that doesn't matter. Her mood will only get worse if I keep her waiting. That girl is scared of the dark too, after all. There she is, typing, looking toward the main character. "Considerate, aren't you? Taking too long anyways. Just wait for me there a bit. Wait like this." He was left stranded while she talked to her friends and enjoyed herself. He actually waited for an hour. Behold, look at him. He's all wet. His hair looks like seaweed. So, they were betting on me. Just like I told you guys, my senpai will do anything I say. As she crouched down toward him, she says, "Right, senpai? You'll do anything I say, right?" My stomach is hurting so much, I can't take a breath. I need to get back home and take stomach medicine. I should have left Hannabi here and gone back home. Otherwise, I'll die at this rate. Well, returning to when the main character broke up with her in the hospital bed, she says, "What are you even saying, senpai? You often said how you want to break up with me. So it should be fine, right? Anyways, today will be the last day we date each other. Breaking up in the first place? You have no right to decide that, you know? After all, you can't even make the right decision." Good grief. Why do you suddenly feel like you can get ahead of yourself like that? It makes me so angry that I want to kill you. I mean, she threw a tantrum. Someone like you doesn't have the right to dump someone like me, you know? Other than me, I'm sure no one in this world would want to get along with a useless bump like you. Even if that's true, that doesn't mean I have to go out with you, the main character says. She was startled as the main character threw her out of his room, saying, "Aren't you glad you're being released from this useless boyfriend?" She screamed, "What are you doing, senpai?" As the main character closed the door, she says, "Senpai, this isn't the part where you should be asking for my forgiveness. What are you doing? This is a hospital." The nurse yelled at her. She apologized. "We got into a little fight, and it was my fault. I lost control of myself after senpai suddenly got sick. I'll leave for now. I'm sorry for causing a ruckus." As she apologized and left, she thought to herself, those social activities with good looks are all fake. She tried to text him, saying, "I'm getting annoyed here. Can you start apologizing now?" The main character got so many texts. "Just how much do you think I've been looking out for you? I've done all for you. Do you think you're no worse than a garbage bag? You have no friends. Without me, you'll be all alone. If you're okay with that, feel free to live alone starting from tomorrow." The main character read all her messages. Her habit of interpreting everything as good for her own circumstances was as strong as ever. As she got blocked by the main character, he looked toward himself, remembering his past. So, Makuni, did you ever take a look at your own face in a mirror? If I had a face like you, I'd never show it. After all, people might believe me because of that. It might be better to grow your hair and hide that face. So let's just do that, okay? Hannabi had been feeding me stuff like that, only lowering my self-esteem every day. Thanks to that, I couldn't properly understand the worth of things around me. Once I come out of the hospital, I'm going to immediately cut my hair. The main character did just that. As he cut his hair, his beautiful face was now shining, and thus his 13-year-old relationship with Hannabi came to an end. Returning to his class, everyone was looking toward him. Oh, who's that hottie? Is he a transfer student? He's so my type. Every girl there said, that silky hair is just too cool. Those sharp double eyelids are just too much. As they looked toward him and he looked toward them, everyone was going bonkers for him. They're talking about you, silly, his friend says. This is Ibarra Haruda. Don't tell me you haven't noticed that you look good, he says to the main character. I look good. The main character was wide-eyed when they started this. This is the first time someone said that. He says, you've been hiding that under your bangs, after all, so no one was able to have a good look at your face. Well, that's true. Wait, are you Ichino's coin? You look completely different from before. Yeah, you look better without your long bangs. I never thought we had this hidden gem in the class. Every girl was going bonkers as his friend says, hey, Ichino's, why did you decide to make your debut here? Just for a change, I see. But I do think you look way better this way. Thank you for your compliment, the main character says. I'm so happy to hear that. As he smiled, all the girls there almost fainted. Well, startled, Itchy knows. There are a lot of things you need to learn, his friend laughed. I made the mood of the class bad because I've been hiding inside my shell all this time, and I apologize. I want to talk with others more from here on out. So if you're okay with me, I hope we can get along well. Everyone was overjoyed, saying, of course. The dark, odd guy in class is actually a real hottie, or something like that. This was the start of the real school life of the main character. Gotta say, what do you want to eat for lunch? I still haven't really decided. I didn't expect that you're someone who can converse normally like this. We could have hung out with you sooner, man. Sorry, it's my fault for always giving off a gloomy feeling. I was so happy that you talked to me, Ichino's, his friend says. You're so kind. On top of that, you look good. No, both my looks and personality are normal, he says. But every girl there says, you're a national treasure. You can't just throw that smile out of nowhere. A national treasure? Seeing that, the main character smiled. What the hell are you guys talking about? And this time, even the boys got some tingles seeing his smile that was happening. We observe his ex, Hannabi, looking toward him. As he looked toward her, he realized that face was when she's really angry. Whether it's because I broke up with her, or because I've been ignoring her messages, or because I cut my hair. Either way, it's not my business any longer. She tried to stop the main character, saying, hey, but the main character remembers, come on, ask anyone, and they'll tell you I'm one of the hottest girls in the school. So they'll be like, hey, that girl is way out of your league. We totally didn't suit each other, so much that it might cause a big uproar, So don't tell anyone, okay? It looks like she tried to hide the fact that the main character was dating her. That is so disgusting. His friend asked if he knew this girl, and the main character walked past her, saying, no, never seen her. What was that all about? His friend asked as she just gritted her teeth, saying, you better remember this. Well, in the classroom, as they were doing their work, it looks like the main character finished sooner than he thought, and 15 minutes were left. He remembers the time when he ignored his ex and thinks about how she must be super annoyed by that point now. What should I do with my spare time? He wonders as he looks over toward a girl, a beautiful girl with glasses on. As she's reading her book, he takes a look toward her as the wind blows and the pages of her book roll down near the main character's feet. As the main character helps her, picking up the charm and handing it to her, she takes it with both hands and thanks him wholeheartedly, saying, thanks, Ichino's Kun. The main character was a bit startled, but then composed himself, saying, you're so welcome. What was that flinch just now? This is the first time we've ever talked. Senpai, there's no way you'll ever get a girlfriend in your life. This is what his ex used to tell him. You have zero reasons for a girl to want to make you her boyfriend. In fact, I bet you have reasons people don't want to be with you. And here I am, dating you out of sympathy. Get, I'm dating you, and you're being dated by me. Notice how big of a difference that is. There's no way you'd have the idea of talking to another girl all by yourself. You'd only trouble them. So please don't ever have the intention of trying to get a girlfriend. That stupid fool I'm dating has no one but me for his entire life. You got it, she'd say. If you get it, then go 26. Fetch me some more orange juice. I should just talk to no one instead of getting scolded by her. Well, whether Hannabi was on my side or not, I avoided all the chances I could have talked to any girls. I guess I never tried to befriend anyone. Sorry if I made you a little uncomfortable. She was blushing as she says, Is anything wrong? No, there's nothing wrong with it. Anyways, you never made me uncomfortable, so don't worry about it. She introduced herself. My name is Yuki Shirofumi. I hope we get along together, she says. And the main character says, Same here. But I already know your name. Really? I'm happy to hear that, she says. I made a conversation. The main character thinks, looking toward her. The moment you cut your hair, the whole class's attention focused on you. But I think I'll get bored of it soon, just like with a rare animal. She chuckles. Ichino's Koen, you're so funny, she says. This is nothing like talking to my ex, Hannabi, the main character thinks. I could be myself instead of acting all stiff. I was always anxious about whatever Hannabi might say. I never even thought of asking her to let me be myself. Now that I think about it, I can't call those conversations. It was more like one-sided scolding from her. The girl looked toward the main character and says, To be honest, I always wanted to talk to you. You always change the water in the flower vases and water the plants on the veranda after school, right? So I kind of thought you're a kind person. I was just killing time. It's not like I'm kind or anything. Whenever I had to wait for Hannabi, I got there because I had nothing to do. Wait, she said. She wanted to speak to me since way before, but I was so gloomy back then. But today, so many girls made a huge fuss because of how handsome you are. You'll become so popular from here on out that you can't even fathom it, she says. The main character was quite happy. While at the convenience store, he sees a plushie machine and tries to get one, buying something, of course, a burger and some fries. It looks like since I broke up with Hannabi, there's no need for me to message her anymore. She'd always nag for hours if I forgot to text her. Thanks to that, my heart always skipped a beat whenever my phone rang. But that fear will fade away with time since she'll never have to send me any messages anymore. I should go home. The main character thinks to himself. I bet Mom already has dinner ready. As he stepped onto the train, thinking, today was such a fulfilling day. School trips and detours were fun as well. Being able to talk to Yukishiro-san and my classmates was such a big thing for me. School might be more interesting than I thought. I always wanted to have nothing to do with everyone else, just like Hannabi told me, but I can still make a change. I should just make as many friends as I can. I never had this thought, even since I started elementary school. As he reached near his home, he found out that a woman was there. Who, you may ask? It's ex-Hannabi, who says, Welcome back, senpai, to him. This woman is obsessed. Well, she came closer to the main character, saying, Well, didn't you take your time? I waited 2 whole hours just for you. I even thought you wanted to do whatever you felt like, going for a detour. Or were you thinking, breaking the rules I set like that? The main character was speechless, but then tried to move on, saying, Hey, wait, are you seriously going to walk right past me? She tried to stop him, but he says, What? What do you mean, what? I stood here waiting for you. Hannabi always was like this. She always says, I did it for you, or makes me say I'm sorry I did that. Still, I'm so angry at your classmates. I thought you knew how I do things, even after I abandoned you. But how dare you get all friendly with your classmates like that, right? She did write something like that in her text. Did you wait 2 hours just to tell me this gibberish? The main character says. She says, Gibberish? I'll explain it to you once more this time. You and I are strangers from now on. It's troubling if you do things like this. Are you saying you're seriously breaking up with me? The main character says, Exactly. She says, You won't be able to live a normal life if you break up with me. I was in a much sorrier state when I was with you. Who were you, senpai? She tried to take his hand, saying, You became so stupid just by fooling around for one day. That's what's bad about yourself. Those who approach you because of your looks alone are nothing but jerks. That's what's bad about you, senpai, and you couldn't even see that. How are you going to live without me? There's no way anyone else would tell you all this. Understand. The main character was speechless as she says, "My classmates that I spent a whole day with are nothing like what Hannabi says. She has no control over who I hang out with because it's over between us, after all. Someone as incapable as senpai always needs someone to point the directions. So come on, how about you apologize to me, saying, even though you're dense and airhead, you made me a bit mad back then. I'm pretty used to it already. I learned that I must always have a big heart in order to forgive you," she says. "Still, make sure to properly apologize to me." The main character had no reaction. Then he said, "I can't do that. The thought of refusing you just keeps getting stronger and stronger. I don't need you in my life," he said to her straight up. She stammered a bit, saying, "I'm so pissed. It's me who wants to dump you, a dense airhead like you. We already broke up, so I don't think that's possible, and I don't approve of that," she replied. "Weren't you the one who always said you wanted to break up? I've had enough of this. Go away." He pushed her out as she says, "Just so you know, I'm really angry. You hear me, senpai?" With this, she ran away. The main character thinks to himself about how she accepted the fact of us breaking up. So, I think that's settled for now at least. A few days have passed since I talked to her. My life has been unbelievably peaceful since then. I only see her after school at most, but it's not like I'm paying attention to her. She keeps appearing right in front of me for some reason. Well, at least she isn't talking to me anymore. What grabs my attention is that she always made me wait in front of her house for 30 minutes for the most random reasons. But right now, Hannabi got to the station earlier than me, so she could get here earlier. Wait, did she make me wait on purpose before? The one beside her is in year 2 like me. The baseball club's ace, I think. She says, "Kitayagi, how much do you love Hannabi?" "Of course I love you." "Geez, what do you mean the most?" "It's like you're comparing Hannabi with someone else too. That Hannabi cast a magic spell on you that will make you think of me and no one else." "Oh geez, you're way too cute." "Don't worry, I'll look at no one else for the rest of my life." The main character thinks, "No, you should really look at everyone else." Well, anyways, the main character thinks, "I should ride the train earlier tomorrow. I don't want to enter the same train as them." 2 days later, the same scene happened in front of his eyes. They weren't there yesterday, so why are they here this time? I thought I wouldn't see them if I rode this train earlier. This can't be a coincidence. As she looks toward him, I think she's telling me, I have a new boyfriend now. She's trying way too hard. Too bad, I don't really care, and it looks like she understands that the main character isn't caring. Well, at school in his class, everyone greets him. "Morning, Ichino's Kun." "Good morning, Ichino's Kun." Something like that. He remembers what he saw on the train. For a few days, I don't know why, but I've been tired since this morning. Either way, I need to perk up and get energized quickly. Why does the first period have to be physical education? As mentioned before, I will now be deciding the order for the sports festival relay race. The instructor says to the main character, "The ones with the best timing will be the anchors, and the second will be the second fastest. If you have one of these two positions, you'll be popular with the girls, so try to do your best." Everyone seems highly motivated today. Relay race, the main character thinks. "I always tried my best to get an average time every year. I don't even know my own capabilities. When I was in kindergarten, I won my first race in the sports festival, but Hannabi, who was still young, had torn off the sticker soon enough. She says, 'I hate how you look when you're running. You're way too fast, like a horse. That's not cool at all. Run a bit slower.' After that incident, I started running slowly on purpose every year when the sports festival approached. She kept telling me to run slower. I always hate it when I'm not the most loved one and the center of attention. I'm sure she'd hate it if I stole all the spotlight. That's not it. It's not that I want to stand out. It's just that I no longer wish to continue hiding my true self in the shadows. I just wish to be normal like everyone else." All right, the 4 guys next are up. He doesn't want to hold back any longer. As he sprints with all his capability, it's so easy to run. I don't have to check my sides anymore or adjust my speed. This feels like a breeze now. The results. Everyone was absolutely shocked seeing him. While others were melting on the ground, he was still standing. The coach says, "You, Ichinos, you can actually run that fast? Your time is fast enough to break the prefecture's record." The prefectural record? Was I really that fast? His friend says, "If you participated, wouldn't it be a landslide victory for our class? For you to be our anchor, if Ichinos, who's fast enough to break the prefectural record, is the anchor, how can't we win?" That sounds great. Even I want to experience that feeling at least once. What's more, the class that wins will receive free dessert coupons from the cafeteria. Right? It's somehow become a really big thing. Sorry, I ran on pure pride. My run just now might have been a fluke. I'm not even a member of the sports club. I'm sorry, but I can't serve as anchor. Everyone was quite depressed and saddened as they all begged him. "Please take the anchor position. We beg of you." I guess I shouldn't refuse if they're going this far, the main character says. He says, "Okay, but I can't guarantee a win. If I lose, and if that's okay with you, then I'll gladly join you guys and try my best." Everyone celebrated, thinking, "Thank you so much for accepting it, Ichinos. Thank you a lot." The main character says, "No way, no problem at all." It was actually quite surprising by everyone's reaction too. "I'm glad that you asked me and think so highly of me. You really are good guys, after all. Somehow, I'm falling more and more in love with you." Even the boys are falling for the main character. He isn't just handsome. Ichinos Koen is quite quick on his feet as well. He's not even in a sports club, and he's that amazing. A handsome guy who's good at sports as well? I think I'm falling in love with him. I can't believe I was a loner until a few days ago. But as soon as I parted ways with Hannabi, it seems my life has taken a turn for the better. Ichinos-kun, you're attracting attention again, aren't you? The girl with the glasses says. The main character replies, "Well, I've once thought of becoming an athlete. It's not like my speed is helpful with anything anyways." "Really? But aren't you a hero in this school at this point?" she says. "I wish I had good reflexes like you." "Hey, Ichinos-kun, do you have any tips?" "I'm not sure. There might be something, but I don't really know." "I see. Since you're quite athletic, I thought you could teach me something, and maybe it could help in a way, but I guess not." "I want to skip the sports festival," she says. "Do you really hate it that much?" the main character asks. "Yes, I hate a lot," she replied. With that, I wish I could have been of help to her a little. The main character regretted. As we observe, someone entered the class. This grumpy-looking man says, "Hey, do you have a minute?" This is Hizuki Chikai, the track and field guy. This guy was the one who set the second-place record this morning at the ground. He became the second fastest in the relay race. What does he want from me? He says, "I have something to ask. Are you going to run the relay race with all you've got?" "All I've got?" "I'm asking if you're willing to die to win the race." "Well, I don't plan on dying, though. That'd be a problem." Ichinoskin, in anticipation of your abilities and potential, I have a favor to ask of you. I've been training hard to be the anchor, no matter what, in this year's relay race. However, you easily surpassed my record. Are you asking me to pass the anchor position to you, then? "It's not a problem," the main character says. But the man rejected it, saying, "That's not it. I lost to you, and I'll admit it. So I hope that, in my stead, you can risk everything you have to beat the B-class anchor. Beat that anchor, Kirigaya Taiji." The main character was quite confused as the man says this. It looks like he has a sad story himself.